Once, a very busy person approached a wise man, a guru, and asked him, "Sir, I want to be a good husband to my wife, a good father. In fact, I want to be a good citizen. What should I do?" And the wise man looked at him and said, "Make one person happy every day. And that person is you. Just make yourself happy. That's all." When I say happy, I don't mean thrill or excitement which someone gets when his team wins, when he gets the first prize, or when he defeats someone. Those are thrills, excitements. That doesn't last very long. I'm talking about real inner joy, happiness, serenity, bliss. Have you experienced that anytime in your own life? Or have you come across a person who is really happy and joyful? Look at him or her. You'll see a kind of calmness, peace, serenity. And it is a joy to be with such a person. That person is not seeking anything, just being. Do you know something? When you are happy, your heartbeat is very normal. It pumps blood, oxygen to every part of your body. Therefore, you remain healthy and strong. In fact, you become certain amount immune. A happy person is a healthy person, physically and mentally. And do you know something else? When you are happy, you can do things better. You are very often successful as a teacher, as a husband, as a neighbor, as a friend, because you are just enjoying being with the other. You enjoy doing what you are doing, not for a profit or to gain something out of it. That's part of your being. Would you like to be like that? There is another thing which I have discovered. When you are happy, really happy inside, you cannot do any harm to others. Try it. Try to do some harm to someone whom you don't like. You cannot. Because when you are happy, you cannot do any harm. I have challenged many people. Even you can try it. When you are happy, try to do some harm or insult someone. You cannot. So a happy person is a saintly person. He is a holy person. A happy person, since he cannot do any harm, he is in bliss, loved by God, loved by others, unless they are mad, unless there is something wrong with them. So, the question comes, who does harm to others? Who goes to the hospitals very often, or to the mental hospital, or to the prisons? Unhappy persons, isn't it? Find out. Simply don't believe whatever I say. Find out for yourself. Enter into your own life and check it out. I was principal of a school, and there are some boys who are very naughty. Naughtiness is not something terrible, but they are harmful people, always fighting with others. And I told vice principal, usually these people have some students have got some problem at home. It is students coming from problem families or problem circumstances. They are the most crazy. They do harm to others. If they are happy, they won't and they cannot. There is another thing. Suppose you have some children, and when you come home, would you like to see them jumping around, happy, joyful, singing, dancing? Or you want moody, grumbling, complaining, weeping? Wouldn't you like to see your children happy and joyful? If that is so, how much God, when He sees us, He will be rejoicing. He'll see, look at my children, how happy they are. And when you are happy, you are glorifying God, giving honor to God. It is praising God. A happy man is a holy person. I am talking about real happiness, inner happiness and joy. And a happy person is egoless. Most of our problems are due to our own ego. Have you ever thought of it? All our problems are ego problems. We want to impress somebody. We want to be better than someone. We want to put down someone. Our happiness is in that. But when you are without any ego, you are simple, ordinary, and in this ordinariness is the extraordinariness. You can sing, dance, look at nature. There you find your own joy, your own peace. Not in defeating somebody, not putting down someone, not ridiculing somebody. Your happiness and joy is in your beingness. You don't have to do anything specially for that. Only keep your ego out. I also would like to mention something about things that prevent or wrong conceptions about happiness. We sometimes think we will be happy when we get what we want. Is that true? When our desires are fulfilled, we will be happy. No, that is not true. A story may help. This doctor was taking his visitor to that mental hospital. In one room, he saw a man saying Lulu, 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 and banging his head against the wall. So visitor asked the doctor, what happened to him? Why is he saying all the time Lulu, Lulu, Lulu? And the doctor said he was in love with Lulu. But Lulu ditched him. From that time onwards, he is here and he behaves like this. So the visitor understood, and as they were walking through the corridor, he saw another room. There also this patient was going on shouting, yelling, banging his head against the wall saying, Lulu, Lulu, Lulu. So the visitor laughed. She must have ditched him also, no? And doctor said, no. He is the one who married Lulu. It is after that he became like this. See, the point of the story is this. when your desires are fulfilled, you need not be very happy. It may give you some kind of thrill, excitement for a short time, but it need not. Real happiness is not in the fulfillment of your desires. Sometimes we think if we have a lot of possessions, we will be happy. That also is not true. A beautiful story will explain this. The man was going on asking Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, give me this, give me that, constantly praying. And the story goes, one day Vishnu appeared to him and told him, I'll grant 3 wishes, only 3. After that, you should not trouble me. And the man was happy. So he said, 3 wishes you will grant me? Yes. Anything I ask you will give me? Sure. So the first thing he said, Lord, I feel ashamed to say this, but I feel bad to say my wife. She is giving me a lot of trouble. If she dies, I'll be very happy. And the next moment she died. And of course, he had to pretend to be very sad. And the neighbors and relatives came and they looked at her and said all kinds of good things about her. For example, they said, we know she had a long tongue, she used to yell at you, but she also had a good heart. For example, when you were in the hospital, who was looking after you day in and day out, day and night? She was caring for you. In fact, if you are healthy and alive, it is because of her. And many others, they were telling about other virtues. Usually we say good things about dead persons, no? And when the man heard all these things, he felt very bad. He went to Lord Vishnu and said, I want my wife back. And the Lord said, yes, okay. And she came back to life. Now he started discussing, now one more grace, one more wish will be granted. Only one. That's the last. So he wasted 2 wishes unnecessarily. So he said, now what will I do? He consulted his wife, he consulted his friends. Some said, ask for a lot of money, lot of pearls, emeralds and all that. He can be the richest man. And some others said, yeah, he may be a richest man, but if you are sick, what will happen? All that money will go to somebody else or to the hospital and you will die. So what is important is not money, health. Health is wealth. But somebody said, you may be healthy, but he can die also, no? And if you die, what's the use of that? So like that, different people were suggesting various things. And then somebody else will point out some other defects. And the man did not know what to do. And months passed, years passed. One day the Lord appeared to him and said, what happened to you? You were coming every day, several times asking me for this, that and all that. What happened to that 3rd wish? And the man said, I don't know. And the Lord told him, what is important is to be contented with what you have. Can we enjoy what we have? Really enjoy it? Of course, we will try to improve. We will go for other things. That is all right. But that basic contentment, satisfaction must be there. If that is not there, we will always be craving for something or other. And nothing on earth can completely satisfy us. As I am talking to you this, simply don't believe me. Enter into your own life and find out the truth of this. You are longing for a particular thing. When you get that, after some time, you get tired of it, isn't it? Then you go for something else, and again you get tired. Nothing in this world is everlasting. So, real happiness is not in getting material things, nor in fulfillment of desires, nor becoming popular or famous. Because one day someone else will be more popular than you or better than you, and that can also make you feel miserable. So, the art of living peacefully, joyfully, happily is becoming aware of the present and enjoying the present, being contented with what you have and what you are. So, being happy means not achieving, coming first, or putting down somebody, or fulfilling one's desires. These things are not bad, nor wrong, but living whatever you have, wherever you are, and enjoying it and being grateful. And real happiness is in being grateful. And real peace, inner peace and joy you'll find with nature. Have you seen the sunset, the sunrise, the birds flying, the monkeys jumping from one branch of the tree to the other, the cuckoo or the bird singing, the little child dancing his pranks, the beauty of a woman, just watching, observing, being attentive to the present. Wherever you are, you can. And also the company of friends, laughing, cracking jokes, enjoying, going for a walk alone. The best place to me is nature. Going into the nature alone, just sitting, looking, watching, just being. Our founder Ignatius used to say, gustare and sentire. Gustare means to taste, sentire means to feel. Can you simply enjoy being? When you are eating, just release the food, the smell, the taste. Or when you are walking, just enjoying looking, seeing all that is going on outside and much more inside. Just relaxing. Ah, what a beautiful life it will be. A happy man gives glory to God. That's what Saint Irenaeus of the 2nd century used to say. A happy man gives glory to God. Do you want to be a happy man? A happy person? Want to give glory to God? You want to be a good human being? Just make one person happy every day. And who is that person? Is you. That's enough. You got enough matter to reflect. No? Enter into your own life and become a light to yourself.